Capricorn, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, May 14th to Sunday, May 20th, 2018. Now, before I get started, I did just want to mention this week there's a new moon in Taurus coming in. I think it's going to be a major new moon. That's because Uranus is changing signs 2 hours after this new moon. It's very rare because Uranus only changes signs once every 8 years, and it doesn't always change signs on a new moon into the sign the new moon is happening. So I think it's going to be a very big new moon, bringing up lots of unexpected events here as we try to break free to be the person that we've been trying to be, always wanted to be. Well, Uranus was in Aries working on us coming in, okay? That's going to be a big thing. We could also be feeling a little bit frustrated because of the square Mars is going to be making to Uranus in the process, but I think it's very important. If you want to know what's going on this week, what it means for you at this new moon, please check the link out down below in my description box where I talk specifically about this new moon and what it means for each sign. Now, we'll discuss it here as well, but just very quickly because there are a lot of other things going on in the week too that I have to get to, all right? So just wanted to let you all know about that. Now, for your weekly Capricorn, what I'm going to start with is what I was just kind of talking about, Mars and Uranus, because it is a major player going on at the new moon throughout this week, for the past week, doing a lot of things. All right, and Mars is going to be right here this week, starting in Capricorn, ending in Uranus, or ending in Aquarius, and Uranus is going to be here starting in Aries, ending in Taurus, and they're going to be squaring each other. And Mars for you in Capricorn is your first house, since you are a Capricorn, okay? And Uranus in Aries is going to be your fourth house of home and a family. And I think what's happening here is you want to create a home life, a family, that and your foundation of your life on something that really resonates with you, that really is authentically you, that makes you feel the freest to be yourself, to express yourself authentically and do what you want and need. Okay, I think that's what you're really trying to do this week with Uranus here at 29 degrees coming in. Okay, there could be, as a result of that, some unexpected things coming in. Maybe you do something unexpected to break free from an old home so that you can build a new home. Maybe you also do something unexpected to break free from an old foundation that your life was built on to build a new foundation for your life and move forward on that, okay? So there's things that could come in there. If you aren't doing the unexpected thing, maybe a family member does something unexpected to you, or something just unexpected occurs with your home, with your physical home in some way coming in. That may require you to kind of do something else, okay? So that's what I see going on here. That could be a little frustrating because of this square here to your first house. You're having to, of course, do a really big thing. Move your home, change the foundation your life is built on, and maybe that could be a little bit difficult for you to adjust to this change that's taking place, this unexpected transformation maybe that's occurred over the past 8 years for you to assert yourself more freely with home and family. And I think that's what you're trying to work out, is how do I create the home life that I want, that's more authentic for me, feel more free to be myself emotionally, build my life on a foundation that I think is the best, that resonates with me, and how do I get on board with this and adjust my identity and who I thought I was, so that now I can build my life in this way that I think is going to be better. All right, and I think that's what you're trying to figure out at the beginning of this week. And then on Tuesday, things change, because that's when Mars and Uranus both move signs together at the new moon. And that's going to put Mars in your second house of money, of your confidence, of your gifts and skills and talents, and Uranus in your fifth house of happiness, of love and romance. And I think what's going on is you're starting to understand now what you need to have a home life that is better for you, that really resonates with you, what foundation you need to build your life on in a way that's better for you emotionally. But then perhaps money comes into play, confidence comes into play, your talents. Okay, now you're like, all right, I know what home life I need, or I've gotten more information, but do I have the money financially to make this home manifest? Can I really be confident enough, or do I have the skills to build my life on this new foundation? That I think becomes the question. And how can you be happy now with this new home, with this thing going on with home and family, with your financial situation? And I think a lot of what colors this week here is this Mars-Uranus square, where you're trying to figure out how to be happy at home, how to be happy with your family, how to be happy building your life on a new foundation, and how to use use or adjust the way you think of yourself and your resources, your money, your time, your talents to move forward, building or planting these new roots in the ground for you to then grow off of. Okay, so that's what I think is happening. I think if you can do that, if you can rearrange your money, rearrange your idea of yourself, rearrange your possessions that you have or you own, rearrange the talents that you use so that you can move forward, I think it will help you, especially with Mars in a sextile with Chiron this week in your 4th house of home and family. If you can rearrange your money, your possessions, your idea of yourself, it's going to bring more of that emotional comfort to you as you move forward, if you just aren't afraid to rearrange some things and to take the steps in that direction, even if it feels a little frustrating at first. All right. So that's what I see going on there. While that's happening on Tuesday, we also do have the new moon coming in your 5th house of happiness, of kids, of romantic relationships. So as there's some big kind of unexpected change, or you breaking free from a home life to build your life on a better foundation, here, hopefully that makes you happy. I think this new moon is bringing a lot of fresh energy, a big boost for you to start to finally step into something that you really like and enjoy, step into something that makes you happy, stand up more as a leader as well in the 5th house, and be more of an individual in your own life. So I do think that there are some good things here that are coming for you to be happier and to live more of a life that you want. It's just not being afraid to make some of these big changes to the foundation of your life, and to your possessions, and to who you think you are, before maybe you can start to feel as joyful as it is that you want with everything that's gone on. Okay, so that's happening there. Then the weekend, Friday and Saturday of this week, we get Mercury also in your 5th house in a trine with Saturn in your 1st. And I think what starts to happen on this weekend is that it then gets easier for you to start to communicate about yourself, about what you enjoy, or for you to think about yourself, about what you enjoy, about what makes you happy in a more positive kind of way. All right. And I think that's because there maybe were some difficult things that you were feeling frustrated about, maybe at the beginning of the week, about your home, about your family, that were really important to you emotionally. And I think once you figure all of that out and try to break free to do more of what it is that you want or need, I think then it becomes easier for you, now that that's occurred, to do more of what you want, to think of yourself in new ways, and to be happy with what has then occurred. Okay? Yes. So that's what I see going on there. I think you thinking about and communicating about yourself and what you need to bring more enjoyment into your life after this maybe transformation has taken place is going to be positive. All right, is going to be necessary too, because at the same time Mercury trines Saturn, it's also going to come into a square with the North Node in your 8th house of changes, endings, and beginnings. And I think you communicating more about who you are and about what you enjoy is then going to help you create more of a life that it is that you really want. Maybe fast track some changes in your life to start to feel better, and again to transform your life to become something that is more of what you enjoy. All right, so that's what I see going on there. While that's happening on Saturday and Sunday, we're also going to have Jupiter here in a trine with Neptune. And Jupiter for you is going to be in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. And Neptune's going to be in your 3rd house of talk and communication. So what that could bring towards the end of the week is not only is it becoming easier for you to communicate about what makes you happy, so you can make some important changes in your life to move forward, but I think it's also going to be easier for you to as well not just communicate about what you enjoy, but to communicate and think about your life, about where your life is going, about your goals, your dreams, your ambitions for the future, and to start to integrate more of that into your existence, into who you are, so that you're not just communicating about where you see your life going, but hopefully that you're starting to actually live it. This as well with Jupiter in your 11th can also help you start to associate more with the right groups of people too, and to communicate with them in the right ways so that you can start to move forward on some goals and dreams, working with people who can support you in organizations. All right. So that's what I see happening there. Once some things are worked out at the beginning of the week. Then the last thing I want to mention, on Sunday now, so the end of this week and into next week, we get Venus moving signs right here into Cancer. Okay, and that for you is going to be your 7th house of partnerships and relationships of the one-on-one variety. Okay, and I think what you're going to start to focus on once we get to the very, very end of this week is how you can start to work with relationships, feel more comfortable with relationships, like you're being more nurtured and like they're being more nurtured in the process. I think your focus on relationships can help you here with Venus in a sextile to Uranus and Uranus in your 5th. You trying to work things out with people, feel more comfortable with your relationships, maybe organize money too with your relationships is going to help you to do more of the things that you enjoy all around and to feel better. It could be hard though, because Venus, as it moves into Cancer, is then going to make a square to Chiron coming in. Okay, which could be a little bit uncomfortable since Chiron's in your 4th house of home and family. So I think by the end of the week, you're starting to move forward here to build your life on a foundation that really, really resonates with you. It's opening up doors for you to see yourself differently, be more open about the things that you enjoy, and see a better future for yourself coming in. And I think people are starting to get on board with that in some way, what you need to make happy, but maybe it's hard for you as well to make the adjustment with your relationships. Okay, maybe you start to make the adjustment towards the end of the week towards what you want and need, but then maybe towards the end of the week it starts to become more of an issue for you to bring the other people on board in your life with you in a way that's not as destabilizing, and for you to help other people understand now what is going on with your home and family, so that you can move forward with them. That starts to come in. How you can work with other people to understand your emotions now that you're starting to understand better what makes you happy and feel like you can live that more. All right, so that's what I'll leave there for you, Capricorn. Your card for the week is the 5, it's the 8. It's the 8 of Wands reversed. Okay, this card usually shows up when things happen slower than we would like. Going on. Things are going to take time this week. They may not happen all at once. They may not happen overnight, and to just be patient with this card. I might think of this because you've got a lot of things going on in your angles, Capricorn. The 1st house, the 4th house, the 7th house. Like, these are big things. When things happen on the angles of someone's chart, they take a lot of time. They take a lot of effort. It's everything in their life a lot of times is like all systems go, things turning upside down when I see the angles happening in someone's chart. And I think you need to realize that when you're making big moves like this, changing the foundation your life is built in a really big way to do more of what you like, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. If you want to do something that lasts, you need to be patient. You're a Capricorn. You're good at that. I know I say that. I say that all the time. I feel like in my horoscopes here, especially with Saturn in your 1st house, Saturn's at home, your ruler coming in. And I think maybe just needing to realize you're in the process of something really big that's going on in your life. I think that's going to stick with you for a really long time. And to just be patient as everything works out and as everything comes together. All right, it's happening. It's coming. All right, but timing is important. The details are important in order for you to get to where it is you want to go. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you liked it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.